Hey guys, how's it going? March 6, 2020. And I'm just going to leave it right here. If you have any questions, real quick. We haven't ate yet, so my son's here. Want to say hi? Yeah, say hi. I'm letting my kids starve. That's how excited I am. I actually, well, you know me. I was like, oh yeah, I have to have a snack at a certain time. I have to have this. I was coming home tonight, and I've been on some, I guess I've been on some pretty cool medication, to say the least, that has been helping me through some of my health issues, but it's actually given me in a better spirit of mind, and I've slept better, which means I'm actually able to focus a little bit more, at least. But this one's a big one, actually, but I have to test it first. I'm not sure if it's going to work. And it really is going to probably come down to whether or not this will work or not. RTS2 had some issues in various places like yards, and it had issues later on in smaller blocks. And I was able to get around that through help with Ski, but the big thing with version 2 was I never really felt a need for it. I started thinking about some of the ideas that I have as far as what I want to do in Run8 and what I would like to do as far as a simulation goes. And really it all involves as much as I can do from a single player standpoint to feel as if there's a live real world. Now, I cannot simulate AI switching, at least from an actual AI train, but I do have ways of getting around it. And looking back at RTS, and I started thinking about it a little bit, I could do that. But the other thing was, how do I do it in such a way that it would work well. There's a lot of ideas, and I'm really, my strong point is data driven programming, and I need to focus on that strong point if I can make this work. Even if I can't make it work right away, it doesn't mean that I can't get it to work eventually. I will probably seek some help. I will probably do a lot of different things, but one thing is for certain, I'm going to be very secretive as to what I'm doing, at least to a certain extent. I don't want to say too much. I don't want somebody to beat me to it, because I know people do follow my live streams, and this is something that I can imagine somebody could take advantage of real quick if I give away too much. So all I can say is that the issues that we've had as far as not having enough people on a server, or everything being too big and there's too much to do, I may have found a way around it, and which would basically simulate the switching of trains, the movement of trains. I can't go so far as to say it's going to simulate a full-blown AI system as far as dispatching wise, because I don't have access to at this point to go into the external dispatcher. I still don't know how to do that, and unfortunately that's something that I think any external dispatcher needs to have. But what I can do is I can focus on the car control and start small. And I realized the thing that got me on this whole thing was I started thinking recently a lot about how the trains spawn in Run8. And I even said this in recent live streams, I'm not a big fan of it. I don't like the blocking of loads in the front, empties in the back. And I wanted to have some unique trains, like ones that I see in Niagara, for example, where we have intermodals on the front end, so it's a mixed train. So you got a bunch of intermodals, and you have manifest on the back end. I wanted to deal more with having, and I said this the other night too. I want to be able to have local industry served, but I also want to be able to serve through connections. I want to be able to pull up engines that aren't necessarily just because I pick the engine, it's going to randomly pick it. I want it to have a variance, a dependency, so that if you have certain engines, I don't want. The other thing too is that kind of annoyed me the other night was I was having card types that were showing up that didn't make any sense because I didn't have them. Not everybody's going to have every card type, so I want to deal with that as well. I want to deal with all of that, and I think using everything that's already there, there's a lot of information that I can really push out there and create an interesting version of RTS if I can get it. But I'm actually very, very optimistic that I can get something going. I know Clint is working on something. I may join forces with him. I'm not sure. I don't know what he's up to. He's more of a programmer than I am, so perhaps we could get together. But this is going to probably be a Payware update. It's going to be that good. And I don't see why not, because this, I'm going to put a lot of work into this, so I don't want this just like the recent dispatcher stuff, there's going to be a lot of work and a lot of logic and a lot of programming into this. And the good thing about this is I'm going to be able to continuously evolve it. What I show, or what I actually release, once I've released the first version publicly, then I can show what other ideas I have, etc. But all I can say is that I'm pretty excited about it, and I think this is going to kind of revolutionize the way we do things in Run8. It's going to help the smaller servers. It's going to allow a lot more automation. And it's going to have a lot better car control back into what RTS, the nuts and bolts of what RTS was all about. I'm not waiting for version 3. This thing's going to start being developed as soon as possible. And I've already got ideas to start it on a small scale. Then I'm going to test it. And this is all going to go into some other ideas that I have as well. So hopefully I'll have some good news to follow. And if this goes as well as I think it's going to go, I still have to test it. So if the test fails, it's not the end of the line. I still have other ways of getting around it. But I'm hoping the test does not fail, and we can get this. If the test works this weekend, and I'm going to test this, I'm not going to do it online. I'm not going to do it through a live stream. I'm just going to test it and see if I can get basically the trains that I want spawning, just like RTS1, except being able to do the automation that I want it to do. That's really all I can say. It's gonna, like I said, it's when you don't have enough people to run switchers, when you don't have enough people to run various jobs on your server, or if you're playing single player and you need more things. There's a lot of neat little things that I used to do in RTS1 well before Run8 version 2 came along, that I used to automate as far as interchanges. There's all kinds of things that I used to do. And I think this one is going to revolutionize it. It's going to allow a pool for empty cars like we used to have in RTS1. I'm also going to revamp how RTS handles. Hopefully, I'll have it much better as far. Well, definitely, if I'm gonna offer it as payware, it's definitely going to have something that has a better user interface. That's for sure. But yeah, hopefully the test will work. I'm really hoping that I can get this working. I'm gonna go back to test the last test I was running and see if that works still. But hopefully, wish me luck, guys. That's all I can say for now, and I was excited about that. But anyways, I guess I'm gonna cook us supper because my kid's getting hungry, and yeah, I'm excited now. So I'm looking forward to Sunday so that I can start testing this thing. Maybe yeah, we got plans tomorrow, but maybe, who knows? Maybe I do something tonight, but I doubt it. I don't think my son wants to program.
No, I don't really feel like
No, he doesn't really feel like it. No, he wants to play games. That's okay. Okay, don't blame him. Okay, guys, that's it for now. So I will have more information hopefully later on Sunday. Later on Sunday evening, hopefully I'll have some good news. Keep it on my Wikia page. I will have the latest updates. If I have anything to announce, I will certainly announce it. But I've already let a few people that were asking about RTS2 let them know that yes, I am back into it, because now I have a reason to be back into it, because if this works, this is going to basically fill in the gap that I've been missing for probably a couple, 2-3 years now, I think. So anyways, that's it for now, guys. So wish me luck, and I'll let you know more as I have more information to give. Have a good one. Take it easy.